Nice. Everything's ready.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been...
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the...
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and
Now that you mention it, that's very... I mean, it all fits... Still, what's...
Ah, forget it.
Oh, well, since... So Rex Lapis is really... Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard...
The Fatui? They certainly...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be...
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must... Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that, having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing... So something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up? Could the Qixing already have known? Did Zhongli tell them in secret? Exactly, right? Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are there speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the...
3,700 years of contract.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous.
The long, unending dream.
Now that we have awoken from our... Will you stand with us?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have any...
Huh?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking...
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient...
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you... Name your price.
Whoa...
Well, could you help me put up some missing
The cleanup of the premise.
Roping you in was possibly...
Perhaps.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in the... And here you are...
Why would I not feel more at ease? Right. If the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knock...
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Mora...
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange... The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. Travel, that is true. But there is no...
Paimon thinks that we should make a...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of Inazuma...
That said, though people at the Zhongli, since you're Rex...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with But if a person shows this is what visions are.
Uh-huh. That's...
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun...
Vision hunt?
Yes. It was an...
They want to seize visions.
I should think that in the
Whoa.
The Animo Archon is the fact that even I, knowing her, she must have again 7 ideals for 7 gods. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit, I hinted as much to the adept. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard... All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the...
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have... All right then. Was there anything else? The time of the Adepti has long passed. Kuching is absolutely right. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, could the original person who brought up... All right then. Was there anything else you...
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have... Since Morax is dead... Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Well,
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period.
this is terrible! We're all about to run...
Yes, this is indeed a major... Well, I suppose we'll just...
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think... All right, then. Was there anything else you wished to... Well, then. I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed...
Ad Astra. Ad Astra Ab. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly? is that so? Apart from your own, another person to count on is always good after all. But
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guide as good as Pine.
Ah, yes. I do have some. Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is. There's been a certain
Blonde. Dresses all... Wait! Do you mean... Does that stranger's face look...
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This
Seriously? How does this have...
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know any. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, but be happy to accept a and should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey. Please don't talk down on yourself like that. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bard. Well, as to he stands guard at the city gate, so I wish you every success.
Welcome to Mondstadt.
Wind go with you.
I have gathered everyone here today. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning—
Rebuild the Jade Chamber?
So the rumors are true. No wonder the
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ning.
Lady Ningguang, is there any—
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had— Nevertheless, I do have a few matters. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang.
Only sufficiently large pieces of plastrite, or specifically, Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is Adepti sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, I take the saying, time is money, you may ask.
These things won't be easy to get hold of.
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from...
Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some plot strike just...
No. We better move...
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is...
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am...
Really? Ooh, then we'll never be short of Mora.
Of course. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to... Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents...
Ningguang seems super busy. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh?
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easy. As it happens, we have...
No.
Don't be like that. Why don't you stand there?
Oh, right, yeah.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information. Information is just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out.
Children, come.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, no. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so... When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, that simply won't do. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so... Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? I will not go into too much detail. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket...
So, in the eyes of an Adeptus, created...
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world... But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I...
That's right! Finding...
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for... What's more, Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of... You would have to dig, but almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner. Even more difficult, in any case, Smaragdus... Goodness knows if...
Well, since you're...
Yes.
She counts?
Oh.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child, Yanfei, I believe you already heard of the trap.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's record. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny. A shame that we didn't meet soon. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yanfei. Oh, yes, here's my business card. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh!
All right, Yanfei, all right. You'll have to excuse Yanfei.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving...
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he... Anyway, let's not dwell...
Is that so? Yanfei, are you sure you can't find...
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already.
Whoa, that's a really...
Commercial consultancy. Crossel. A Snezhnayan merchant who... He mentioned that he was... So, I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you want to join me?
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her. They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Well, don't worry. We're not bad guys. You give us some Mora.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay...
I've already told you. I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that...
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. It's not about what...
I won't...
No more excuses! Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Leap, then Shinyu at kiosk, then Wanmin Rep. How could you afford to be so...
Master warned me not to lay a hand on any... But here we are. Perhaps...
Boss, I'm telling you...
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
The Millilith. What are the Millilith doing here?
Silence! How dare you threaten in...
No, don't.
Shenhe.
Shenhe?
My name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name...
I've heard about you two before. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his...
You can't... This is Liyue Harbor. There are...
laws. No.
Really?
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants. Then of course you're still hungry. So...
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are,
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. After all... Do you think Shenhe might be an Adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope...
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
She's...
My hunger has now abated. Thank you. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance, after...
So, how come you chowed down? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest...
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall... Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains! That proves...
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot!
I see. I heard...
Yep! You get to ask Ning. Were you interested in the contest?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had... However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would...
Wow! But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay.
Great! Paimon
I am not sure whether, or to what extent, this plan can be classified as we simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone shall...
Veto! That is not acceptable!
Really? But I hear that competition isn't...
Look, we want to win this Sunset Vermilion.
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there.
Baiju? What are...
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe... Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very shorthand.
No, we've got other stuff to do.
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the 7... As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined.
Okay then, let's go. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all.
Master Xingqiu,
Oh? Why do I detect an
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been... Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see...
I see. Have someone sort the order...
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you.
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being.
Understood, Master Xingqiu.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how...
Xingqiu, have you...
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady...
As well?
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction. And a lot of interested parties have already... At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm...
500 million?!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is...
But... without...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken...
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone... According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures. After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But is it really... Wouldn't it be a little...
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while...
Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way.
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young... Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanism.
Okay, we will be... it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there? Got to hear. Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up? Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're...
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? Let Paimon see! Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the clouds. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and...
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used... If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
All right, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where... Manifest! Obey!
Terra Smash!
Dodge this!
He'd come a little closer.
Terra Smash!
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
Freeze! This moment will be frozen in time. Cool it!
Obey! By ordinance divine!
Freeze!
Manifest! The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance. It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first. Manifest! Obey! Cryo Incarnate! Unleash!
Terra Smash!
You're in for a little shock.
Manifest! Obey!
This move will be frozen in time.
Dust!
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Unleash! Manifest!
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna fall. Luckily, there was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently. Hey! That ceiling's... Huh. Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Obey! Manifest! By ordinance divine! Obey! Manifest!
Oh, so sorry. Cool it.
Obey! Unleash!
Let the show begin.
Cryo Incarnate! Obey!
Terra Smash!
Unleash! Obey! Manifest! Obey!
He come a little
This moment will be frozen in time. Dodge this!
Go, Barber, go! Come on, we can do it!
Manifest! Obey! Do your master's bidding!
Let's spark things up a little.
Unleash!
Look, over there! Could that be the Sunset Vermilionite? Is this it? It's so huge! That's true.
Plaustrite doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Plaustrite reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm.
Wow, Shenhe. You seem to know.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has... I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Hold on a sec. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky too! But if we don't activate it, how else are we...
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Are you sure?
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a Plaustrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. My safety.
That's right! Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything. You gotta be extra careful when lifting.
Is it now? I'll go on ahead with the Plaustrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself? Adepti super strength much? We can't slow down yet. Let's go meet her at the building site.
Oh, so sorry. Freeze! Cool it! Dodge this!
Quake! Terra Smash!
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself?
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply... I'm going to award you full marks for the sunset from...
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to... I was just delivering this for some other people.
Shenhua and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not...
Okay then, Miss Secretary. What do you think...
In truth, it is the finest piece of plustrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next... As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhua! Just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing.
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon...
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met.
But I am not...
Shenhua?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode.
Well, Byron said that there are...
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and...
You can't do that. It's dangerous out. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed.
Okay.
Great! Now we're talking.
Hi there. Checking in, are we? Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. Visitors, business people. So business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. Here are your keys.
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other... Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help it. Let's buy one for Shenhe, too. She can have it as a midnight snack.
All right. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door. See you tomorrow.
Hey! Isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here? Let's go and...
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah.
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
Cool. So, calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful.
Her Adeptus name. Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adeptus?
Don't
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what? Paimon neither. This is a real...
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from order?
Well, to start with...
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, one first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remain.
That sounds so...
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, but that she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only...
In other words, if you hadn't passed by...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was
That's still so dangerous, though! Why was it...
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had... Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed, red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat... It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe because you were worried about...
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the... If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is a...
So, Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti. Oh, no wonder she doesn't like being treated as an Adeptus. Having everyone falling over themselves to show their respect all the time must be kinda hard to deal with.
Terra Smash!
Cool it! Don't get frostbite.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Dodge this! Cool it! Freeze! Cool it! Oh, so sorry. Don't push your luck. Dodge this! Cool it!
Come a little closer. Try not to enjoy this.
Freeze!
Terra Smash!
Don't get frostbite. Cool it! Freeze! Catch the wind.
What's the hurry?
What's wrong? Can't handle the cold?
Cool it!
How fortunate.
Dodge this! Ah!
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little... You're in for a little shock.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
break!
This moment will be frozen in time.
Come a little closer.
Oh there. Come and see these rare and precious.
Adventurer, think you can last a round against me? One Feng's Ironmongers.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new.
Hey! So, Shenhua...
Master has relayed my situation to you.
Oh? How did you...
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going. I was worried that something may have happened. On top of this, you have been After all,
Sorry!
It's okay. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant, and for this, I am very...
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend!
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do.
Great! But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask... After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find... Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhua.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the...
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Byron! And hey! People Paimon does...
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work before we find some suitable plastrite. We build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peak. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber...
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment. I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch. Wait, I know you. You're the one who fought against the Vatuian. Pleased to meet you. I'm Beto, captain of the Crux.
Beto? Are you here to join the Jade?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're...
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler. I'm sure you've heard of them before. And this is...
Shenhua.
Good to meet. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, to be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady... Wow. So excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but...
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang.
In that case... Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, instead of competing against each other, we could work to... Sounds great, but...
The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Han...
Wonderful. Well, I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay. By the way, what question are you... I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ning... Ooh, what's the opera called? The opera is a labor of love by my It's called... The Divine...
What should I try this time?
Ah, hello. Are you here?
Excuse me, Master Zhang.
Of course I have.
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't
No, we were gonna...
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter iron from the Mount Tianheng area. It could take some work, but if you stick with... Of course, it's probably just hearsay.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine death... I hear the view there is quite spectacular. Perhaps it can give... I came to Mount Tianeng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we... This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these No wonder the legend of the Divine Damsel of Devastation... The Divine Damsel of What's the story about? It's the story of a girl. Cool. The legend first arose in this area. It is in that village. The wife was the vile and vicious monster. What a nasty piece of work! Ugh. But the monster, just while they were discussing whose child... No! Unbeknownst to anybody, her extraordinary ability, and so, destined to grace...
I really like this story, but I personally think that perhaps the little girl was... I'm not sure she deserves all the praise
I've never... Opera is always an interpretation of the... When my father wrote the script for this... Well, it sure... This should be enough Star Splinter Iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium. I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhong said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there? Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Huh. Hadrian's... Hello, sir. We were just... Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Shenhua, Yunjin.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's...
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You... I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But I think you... This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here.
Huh? You know... Thank you, kind sir. We'll go... Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. Okay. Then let's see what we...
A reward on the road.
Huh. What's this? So... Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. Oh, it looks like my father... So it seems that Shenhe's father thought he was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. But in fact, he summoned an evil god's remains, which took his obsessive yearning for his deceased wife led to... Still, I do wonder what the connection is.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Subrosium. Let's have a look over there. So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Subrosium! Let's go back and tell Shenhe the news!
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning. I bring flowers back.
Apologize for what? There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear... So if you ask me how I feel about the...
It must have been so tough for you.
Shenhe! We're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old time.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find Subrosium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now...
It's okay. I like your... My master once said that the day... So, I hope that one... But I've never thought this way...
Don't worry. In fact, I think...
Shenhua! Yunjin! Cut the... We can't let someone else be...
Oh.
So...
This is some top-quality ore you found. I think I'll get... Guess now it's my turn.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a wonder course.
Leave the wonder course to me. I'll work on them while you go about your... Don't worry.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next. But where should...
I'll sort that out.
Oh?
Yes. I have been training with the Adept. When we first met, I told you I came for the... In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was... Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge, maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should... But now that our paths have crossed, we'll all...
Thank you. So, Master Zhang...
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure...
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets...
What's the hurry?
Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh! All three of you found them together. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What? It's over already?
So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting.
Huh? Where's Beidou?
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to.
Alright then, guess we'll head on up. This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the gym...
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement.
That's right. Lady Ningguang,
I would like to hear your...
The unveiling of Miss Yoon's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the
Thank you, Lady Ni.
You're quite welcome. It's...
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon. I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time...
You're next. What is your... I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts.
Wow. You're a mind reader, Ningguang.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you...
Wow. Paimon hadn't even asked the question.
Your question was written all over your face. Now, so I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of
Oh, great! So next time we run out of Moro, we just... No more questions from us. Shenhe, you...
Me?
Yes, this is a...
Thank you. But I don't have anything.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-life...
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a sec.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in?
Now that is an interesting... Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long... So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging. Yes. To become fond of a place. To feel part... Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. In short, everyone...
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou. It's your turn.
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with Ningguang. Don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dress...
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beidou? Ningguang? What are you talking about?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all... My wish has not changed to this very day. I hope the Jade Chamber will always... And I hope that you can all... Let the Ascension ceremony commence! Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No. Huh? In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone!
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
What are you doing here?
We can't let you be the only one taking this risk!
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
We'll help too!
Let's spark things up a little.
Unleash!
Cool it! Don't get frostbite! Freeze!
Obey! By ordinance divine!
This moment will be frozen into...
You'll regret that!
Ready, steady, go!
Manifest! Unleash!
She's getting away! Shouldn't we go after her?
This place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her. I'm just a little exhausted. I wanted to deal with it myself. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury.
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to...
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned to normal.
Thank you.
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady on behalf of the entire Millilith.
Great. Then next time I watch... I wasn't trying to be a hero, though.
Let the soldiers recuperate. But don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance, we...
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly...
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always... If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong Ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidenced some degree of novel. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future. Do not suppose...
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure...
Shenhe. One saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I feel happier than I...
Good. Traveler. In fact, one has many fond memories of
There'll be no...
Oh. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you.
Please. Have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber...
Dodge this! Terra Smash! Terra Smash! What's the hurry? Freeze! Terra Smash!
The Millilith's casualty, but in hindsight, there were still flaws with it. If we'd had more time, we could have built a barrier here to absorb the impact. We must learn from this experience and never repeat the same mistakes again.
Terra Smash!
Cool it! Freeze! Dodge this! Freeze! Dodge this! Freeze! What's the hurry?
Let the show begin.
Terra Smash!
Cool it!
Dust!
Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
Come a little closer. Come a little closer.
Dodge this!
Yeah!
Let's dance.
You're in for a little shock.
Terra Smash!
Freeze! Don't get frostbite.
Come a little closer. Try not to.
Quick! Yeah!
Dodge this! Freeze! Quite the fun. Oh, so sorry.
La, 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 la.
All of you here are my distinguished guests. Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Hey, look!
这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought it was beautiful.
It was wonderful.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the play has an ending, but life goes on.
Thank you.
Ms. Yun, here you are. Great to see you. Huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The Divine Damsel herself. And look who else we have here. Let me pull up a chair, all right.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is...
Uh-oh. This feels all too familiar. Shenhe's...
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe.
Hello, Mr. Crossell.
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei.
You're too kind.
Miss Yanfei.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting...
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss... The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original... In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhiqiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an...
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhiqiao lives? We'd like to pay her...
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell.
My I'm bored. Wanna see some action?
Whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Miss Zhiqiao? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hair... My associates and I are very interested in them.
The hairpins? I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right... I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value... My family is in the ore business too. But business has been suffering ever since we now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around. So we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. But now that I've lost the hairpins...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of...
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but...
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Miss Zhiqiao, would you let me have a look at the rental
Huh? Well, I mean...
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? True. Though surely
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must... Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices, and given the rarity of Smaragdus jadeite, I fear that the final amount of...
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus jadeite that...
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost. Whichever way you look at it, we've got to...
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Please. Please, however much it is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants, after all. It's vital that we... Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossel in the dark any longer. I'll go and inform him of the issue, and then...
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible... So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first...
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstone... My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so...
Smooth to the tongue. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things.
Ah, Miss Yanfei. You lost them? Are you
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Truly.
Mora! Do you have any idea what I had? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose...
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Yes. And if I may just confirm, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite in late...
Of course. Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the...
All right. Understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay...
Looks like I'll have to find some way to...
Please wait, Mr. Chow. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find...
Miss Yanfei, what is this about?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus jadeite.
What do you mean?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated... If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to... Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the...
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus jadeite.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find... And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be...
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have...
Well then, since you're so experienced in...
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please...
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now, and I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page.
This contract has so many pages.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know.
I've had a read through. Everything.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable, I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask.
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossel, so whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, it's a lead. As also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage. But again, let's not dwell on this. Ah, I've got it. Let's pay a visit to Chateau. If Mr. Crossel had his
Why, hello there, honored customers. Well, surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel enlisted...
A Snezhnayan merchant named... I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the... Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all. So...
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at...
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used... I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite, though no one's ever proved.
A thin layer of separation.
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary...
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards?
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms, and I'm sure a significant difference in the cost of having them carved.
All right, let's focus up.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr.
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take...
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire?
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossel did indeed...
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here, it's...
Then I have no further questions. But could I...
Of course.
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossel brought to your store.
Yes, I see.
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor...
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossel will...
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Sinxie. She often...
Well, that was quick.
Because lots of people come to me for legal... As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are but the amendments made by... As such, legal advisors like myself provide...
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say...
Yes, well, that's...
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advice. Oh, this has nothing to do with being...
Again, with that cat?
Well, that's that then.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Oh, Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened?
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes. Has a merchant by the name of Crossel asked you to put him in contact?
Crossel? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya now. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older... This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found.
Miss Sinxie, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossel commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he...
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials. Mr. Crossel wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedure. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite. The document even has the official seal of the...
Thank you, Sinxie. Now, could...
Sure. It isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it...
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a minor issue. I'll return your document...
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last...
The weirdo with the snake around his neck?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human... Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hand...
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus...
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it. The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality and their illness... Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yenfei, and given the specific nature of your... I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of...
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragd. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of... I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your pressing business might be...
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you for...
You're too kind.
That Baizhu guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now...
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a...
Wonderful. Well then.
Of course. Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her?
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this...
Material evidence? What material evidence? I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus jadeite.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question. This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and...
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus... In any case, Smaragdus...
That's an
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence.
Hard evidence. Something legally binding. Oh, come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't...
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either.
You know, you could...
Of course I'm right. All the evidence...
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall... Traveler, would you do the honors? Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone. Sustained contact with Smaragdus jadeite over a Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar... No idea, you say? I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil... However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient, considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence... I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear, Mr. Crossell.
Huh? No,
Aren't actually inlaid with genuine Smaragdus jadeite? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you... Mr. Crossell, your answer, please.
He's seriously intimidating right now.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had in... But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small... But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel... I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money... That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite. I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell...
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make...
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract...
10 times?
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus...
There's no need. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of...
What? But all right, then.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn this Smaragdus jadeite over to you.
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should...
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time...
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now...
Well
then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no...
Is that so?
Actually, Mr. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the orb. If we could join forces, your jewelry design...
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends.
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over even though the solution didn't involve actually...
The right solution depends on your perspective. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation in Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a... In any case, don't you think that the Liyue
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely...
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit.
You've returned. Good.
Well, if we're all...
Oh, you.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't... I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law...
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my...
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child... Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex. Indeed she is. Liyue Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the... Liyue is not the same place. All right, then. Let us speak of this no...
Oh, Paimon's so excited!
It is but a... There we go. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it... Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them.
Wait a minute, Granny!
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for...
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame... Huh. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Hey! There's a perfectly good house right over there! Still... What? Oh, wait a second.
Well, it seems...
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not a finch. I am, hang on a moment. Oh, call me. I suppose you may call me Tub.
So you're the little help...
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, she did summon me here. You may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm. Your journey may be far from over. But at least this way, you will not want for a comfortable place to sleep each night. Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance. Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms and manage their affairs. You may consider me a butler if... Now, allow me... Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, blueprints with beautiful room. As long as you have a blueprint, you can...
Blueprints?
Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking. Just commit the image of the objects to memory and prepare them. Then simply release the thought from your mind and the
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside.
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adeptus explained this to me. He said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, even that has its limits. This world is not a true one, after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm, not a means of escaping it.
A golden-eyed adeptus?
I hardly remember myself. What's more, I have never seen that... Well, let's not dwell on that. If there's anything you would like to add...